Hey guys, I'm going to talk fast because I only have 5 minutes, but I am explaining this Socratic seminar preparation sheet because I will not be here in the afternoon on Monday the 8th. So, um, you are prepping for a Socratic seminar that the orange schedule will have on Thursday. So it's really important that you use as much of this time as you can. Um, there's no time for goofing around. You really need to. You're overachieving for me today. Okay, so let's go through the first question. It says, which of the main characters do you think have changed the most? And you're going to circle Connor, Risa, or Lev, and you're going to tell me why. There are a lot of, you can either delete these lines or that's probably be the easiest, to be honest with you. Remember, if you're in the app, you can also click on the three dots and put this into Notability if you would prefer to type in Notability, and then you won't have to worry about the lines. So think about a character, how they have grown from beginning, middle, and end. Think about which one you think has changed the most from when we first are introduced to them. Find as much support and reasoning that you can. Your goal is to find 4 things that you can use as a support for your answer. That can be a quote, but you need to explain it. It can also be paraphrasing, but again, make sure you're explaining why you think your character has changed the most. And you can also talk about why you think the others, while they have changed, maybe they haven't changed as much as your character. Okay. So then the next one is the character Roland a monster? Well, first you need to define what you would believe a monster to be. And I'm not talking about like Monsters Inc. I'm talking about a person that you would consider to be a monster. Define that. It doesn't have to be black and white. You can circle yes or no, but you can also talk about why yes, he meets this definition of a monster, but you can also talk about maybe why no, maybe he's a bad guy, but maybe he doesn't quite fit the definition of a monster. And you need to come up with your reasoning. Is sci-fi good for Lev? Explain what's the reason for sci-fi? What has Lev learned from sci-fi? And think deeper, okay? Then we've got, which character do you identify with the most? This can be a character that you could also connect with the most, I think. Like, it could be a character you feel like is like you or behaves in a way that you do, or is motivated in certain ways that you find familiar. But it can also be one that you just empathize with and you just feel for one reason or another. And then you're going to want to explain your reasoning. And then finally, which scene was the most shocking for you? This is where you do need to go in depth. Describe the scene in detail and then explain why it was so intense or shocking to you. Explain how the scene affected you. And then think about, this is kind of curious to me. Do you find your response typical or normal or ordinary? Most of you will probably say yes, but some of you might feel like you did not have a typical response. And why might that be? Is it an experience you've had? Is it just think about that and see if you can come up with anything. So anyway, that in a nutshell is what you will be doing for me this afternoon. Please make sure you submit, so that I can give you some feedback. But it's really, really important. Okay, thanks. Bye.